Welcome back in to the Spaceman 2.0 CHRISTOS Kabbalah show, here to help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth, and the truth will set you free. So right back on into the Tree of Life and how it relates to all aspects of our being. Now I allude too much, and it's hard to explain everything because I would be here for hours and hours. So with that being said, let's just get on into it. As you can see, above the Tree of Life is the Flower of Life rotating around in the background. And if you have eyes to see, you shall see that this symbol of the Tree of Life is designated in the Flower of Life in those nodule points where you can see. Now, having said that, I'm going to get right on into that the whole of the Tree of Life can be summed right up in two words. Now we have the name for God up here is Yah or Jah, and the name for God up here is Jehovah or Yod-He-Vohe, and up here is Ahaya. Well, within Yod-He-Vohe, you have the first two letters right here, representing wisdom and understanding. So I am wisdom and understanding. Jah being the Rastafarian name. Now all religions can be placed on this Tree of Life to bring more clarity and understanding of its depths and meanings. Now you have the letter here, Vav, He, and Yod. So the name for God, Jehovah, is made up of Yod, He, Vav, and then another He, the final He. Aleph is right here, and Bet is right here. Therefore, the first two letters is alphabet, and the rest proceeds after that. You have 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, but you really have 27 because you have five final letters, which is how much? 27. 27 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and how many letters do you have in your hand? Right here is the letter Kaf. Kaf represents the hand. How many letters? It's just 12th letter, 21 path, opposite 12, 12th letter in the Hebrew alphabet. How many bones do you have in your hand? Now, not only can the hand come out and make the letter Kaf, like that, look at it, symbol, it's exactly the letter Kaf. It's an open hand too. This is the Wheel of Fortune card in the tarot, and that's another lesson for another day on how the tarot cards are associated with all the paths, the trumps of the tarots, to help illustrate the true meaning of the paths. The Wheel of Fortune path, the open hand, Kaf. 27 bones are in your hand, and you can form all the sacred letters with your hand. Hence why you'll see in the remnants of some movies where magicians are doing all sorts of weird gestures with their hand, putting their fingers in different ways, because they're really representing the letters. And through the letters, God created everything. For the letters are light. And in the beginning, God created everything through light. So, with that being said, let's just get on into the most important letters to remember. These holy seven. So, if you can see these down below, you have Shin, Aleph, and Mem. You have Yod, He, Vav, He, Jehovah. What did God say? I made man in my image. The head, the arms, and the shoulders, the heart and the spine, the legs and the hips. You have the upper He and the lower He. This is the final He. This is the waters above. You can have mucus and tears in your eyes, and you swim with your arms above the waves. And that's the waters above, the firmament, the air, which is the diaphragm in our bodies, the firmament. And then the lower He, the waters below, which settle on the earth and make clay and mold into things. Shin, Aleph, Mem, the first three letters, or the main mother letters of the Hebrew alphabet. Shin is the spirit of God, fire. Aleph is air. Ah, shh, ah. What does a hissing fire make? Shh. sound like the snake, doesn't it? Mem. What does the baby first say when it comes out of its mother's body? Ma. Ma. What does the mom say to the baby when it's crying? Shh. Shh. Everything's going to be okay. So, this is archetypal. This is universal. This is the way that God wanted us to know the harmony within creation, even through the wonderful letters that are emanated through sacred geometry. These letters do not come through man's creation. This is through sacred geometry. I'll explain another time. In a tetrahedron with the tube torus and the shape that's inside the tube torus, you shine a light at a specific angle and you have all of these shapes. You could probably do that with Sanskrit, Aramaic, Egyptian, and Chinese. Yod He Vo He, you place the shin above is the crown. Shin is the crown. You place the shin in the middle, you get Yeshua. Yeshua, which is the Redeemer, what the Christos, Emmanuel, came to show. I am the Redeemer and the way. Now, having said that, I alluded too much. You may contemplate it more, but the first word for God is Ahaya. And then he starts getting into Ahaya, Yod He, Vo He. And those sacred letters, Ahaya, Yod He, Vo He, actually explain the entire tree of life. Because you have Ahaya up here for this Sephiroth, Yod He, Vo, and He. This is the earth realm, Malkuth, where we are right now, on earth as it is in heaven. So with that being said, let's look at the sacred name of God, Ahaya, and Yod He Vo He in Hebrew, and how it relates to the perfect teaching of the whole tree can be summed up in these two words. I kind of give it away by showing you everything at once. But just so you can understand this, this is the name of God, Yod He Vo He. You spell from right to left in Hebrew. I am is Ahaya, up here. Ahaya. Aleph, He, Yod, He. And then Yod, He, Vo He. So now, I am God is the first two words. But when you compartmentalize it into 4 sections, 4 groups of 2 letters, as you can see, you get another section of words. Yod He, Yod He, Aleph He, Vo He. Yod He is Jaja. Jaja. This is the will of God. The will. The wisdom. The wise will of God. That I am God. My will is Ahava. And Ahava is love. So the sacred teaching of the entire tree of life for God to represent, he's made in the image of man. Man is made in the image of God. You represent God made manifest. You are the very thought of God made manifest on earth in Malkuth. So may your holy mantra be Ahaya Yod He Vo He Jaja Ahava. I am God and my will is love. This is the most simplest way to sum up the entire teachings of the Christos Kabbalah, as I like to call it, because I believe the Christos came to reveal the true teachings of the tree of life, and that's why the Sadducees and Pharisees hated him, because he was freeing the people of the reality that they are truly made in the image of God and they have the Holy Spirit within them. And when Christ said, talking about the creation, I believe he was talking about Ein Sof Or, which represents that which came before God. Ein Sofor can be the original creation, the original creation, and the original creation, represented by 3 lines. So, with that being said, I'd like you to contemplate how you are made in the image of God, Yod He Vo He, Yod He Vo He, your head, your arms, your heart and spine, and your hips and legs. Fire, water, air, and earth. The waters above, the waters below, the firmament. Shin, Aleph, Mem, the first 3 letters that a mother says and a baby says to the mother. Shem. What do the Hebrews always call God? Oh, Hashem, Hashem, Shem. So there you go. Contains everything. May your day be blessed and filled with the light of God. May you wear the crown of Shin, the Holy Spirit, which is represented by 1, 2, 3. Hence, you can get into the debate of the Holy Trinity of God. Ein Sofor is represented by 3. The 3 up here is the supernal triad. We'll get into that in another day, where this is different worlds of creation, Atziluth, Brai, Yetzirah, and Asaya. You have 4 fingers and 1 thumb. The thumb represents the spiritual. The other 4 fingers represent the 4 elements. And as you master the 4 elements, you can, with your spirit, you can then start to control matter to some degree. And some of the miracles that Jesus did, he said, what I can do, so can you in those times, and even greater things than I. So may you circulate the love. Place the Shin in your heart, the Holy Spirit. Circulate it to the crown, circulate it to the base. Breathe in love, breathe out love. Breathe in love, breathe out love. Breathe in love, breathe out love. You have the tree of life here. Okay? As it's turning, it's hard to show it, but you can see it right there. Right there. So the flower of life has within it the tree of life. This is a 3-dimensional form. You can see cubes within this. This can be turned into a cube, and that will be presented on another day, and how you can manifest your way through life. You do live in a cube. You have a house, so you have a spiritual cube around you as well. And never forget your holy mantra for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year, for eternity. I am God, and my will is love. You're made in the image of God, so it's not blasphemy to say that. It's actually representing your true self. So may you represent it today by creating love in your life. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll be back with another Christos Kabbalah episode. I appreciate each and every one of you for watching, subscribing, and hopefully sharing this with each and every one of your friends and family so that they can come to know the truth about the tree of life which is within them. Spaceman 2.0, and out.